6 reps with 220. Pretty decent, I would say. But because I'm squatting today with some pretty strong dudes, especially today I'm squatting with Harry Squatter himself.
I'm not that strong.
Oh, come on. So, guys, not gonna lie, I tried my best. I tried to talk Clarence into competing in powerlifting. Didn't work.
Maybe someday, I don't know.
Maybe someday, we'll see. What do you do today on squats?
I'm still warming up. I'll see how 220 feels, and then I'll decide from there. Yeah.
That's 220?
That's only 180. It looks like a lot because it's the weightlifting plates. I'm not used to squatting in those sizes of weights. It's quite a big difference actually, like squatting with that bar versus like an Olympic bar or Olympic plates.
So it's that thing where because I'm used to squatting on a stiff bar, when I'm squatting with Olympic weights and bar, that throws me off completely.
Yeah.
And the same way for you because you're used to that when you're squatting on a stiff bar, that throws you off. So
honestly though, if I do pause squats, there's no difference at all.
Okay.
I pause squatted 290 before on Leco bar and Leco plates, the Leco powerlifting plates. Yeah. But regular like Olympic style back squat, it does feel a bit weird. Not having the bounce.
Yeah, not having the bounce.
Yeah. I'll do this 180 and see how it feels.
Yeah, let's see. I still have a heavy bench to hit and also have a heavy deadlift to hit. So bench is going very well. I'm following a program I'll talk about in another video, but it's a pretty rough program, but so far it's so good. Getting stronger, so that's important. And on deadlifts, I have a heavy triple to hit. So I'd like to hit somewhere between 270 and 280 if I feel very, very good. So we'll see. But first we have bench to do, but Clarence is still squatting, so we're going to watch Clarence squat. Come on, Clarence, let's go. Come on. Nice. What was it before? 200?
Well, like I said, it was like 10 days ago I did 220 for 5. So, I don't know. Whether to try 230 for rep max. I don't think I'm ready for like a heavy single. Obviously this is a lot lower than it used to be because I'm basically like retired from weightlifting now, training like on average like twice a week. But for the past 2 weeks, or for 4 weeks I've been training like every day just for this meetup.
I'll be honest with you, can't remember when. So I was training with some friends and they were like, Pana, like why do you push squats so much lately? And I was like, because I'm going to train with Clarence Kennedy in a couple of weeks. So I'm not prepping for meet, I'm prepping to train with you. So I'm glad I did, glad I did.
Collabs are more important than powerlifting competitions sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. So you want to go 200, 230?
I'm kind of tempted to try 230, what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I think.
I'm feeling a bit sore.
Oh.
But,
we'll see.
Maybe 230.
230. 230. Come on. Nice. Come on, man. Come on, come on. One more. Let's go. All the way. All the way. Yes. You got this. Come on. Let's go, Clarence. Let's go. All the way. Woo. Woo. Come on. Finish strong. Finish strong. Let's go, Clarence. Up, 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 up. Nice, nice, nice. You know what? You know what? Yeah. I think the grind is yours today.
Yeah.
At least on squats.
Yeah, that's a strong back.
No, that was impressive. So 4 reps, 230, no knee sleeves, no belts, no training, still Harry squatter.
Not really happy with that.
That's still fucking impressive, man.
4 weeks hard training.
That's what it like.
It's not bad, I guess.
Yeah.
If I did 4 months, probably push a lot higher, of course. But I honestly don't have the motivation to train hard anymore.
What do you think you could do like in 4 months with proper training, like a triple?
Like in terms of like snatch, clean, jerk, if you give me 4 months, I'll probably be able to clean jerk 200 kilos, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Squat maybe 270. Like I'm a lot lighter now as well. Like I'm like 87 kilos. In my peak of weightlifting, I was 100 kilos. So like what, 270, that's like equivalent to maybe 300, 100 kilos.
Like I said, really, really impressive. Are you going to bench today?
No.
You just broke my heart.
I'll do some snatches.
Okay, we'll get to see some snatches.
What about you? Actually, no, honestly, have you ever done Olympic lifting?
I'm not flexible enough.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I can't get into the
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
position.
Even I struggle with that, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rack position in front squats.
Like I told you, the video you did where you explained like how weightlifting is very hard and like powerlifting it's easier. I felt 100%.
I don't mean like it's easier. I just mean like the frequency of training is a lot more.
No, but you know what? I think me as a professional powerlifter, I think I can say it. Powerlifting is much easier. It's not easier like it's an easy sport. It's not what it means. I'm okay with saying it's easier than weightlifting is, especially at that level. I think the main difference is the barrier for entry is much lower. Like my mom deadlifted 70 kilos without proper training, which she wouldn't be able to do even a snatch or a clean or whatever. So yeah, I get that 100%. But it's easier to get into, but then when you get to the top level, it's as deep and as hard as weightlifting.
Every athlete in any sport trains hard.
Okay, so sorry for those of you who wanted to see Clarence Kennedy bench, and sorry for those of you who wanted to see me clean and jerk. Unfortunately, if I could do it, I would do it. But
Can you do it over at squat?
No,
You do this?
no way.
Show me.
Like with a bar or?
No, just like free squat.
And my shoulders. Am I as flexible as I thought I was?
I thought you'd be a bit more flexible, to be honest.
That's what I say. Like, there's no way I would have been any good at weightlifting. Obviously, my body followed a certain path because of what I do. Like, because of powerlifting, I'm getting stiffer and stiffer because.
Of course, yeah. Like, if you started when you were like 12 or 13, you'd probably be a really good weightlifter. But it's really hard to get into weightlifting like in your 30s, especially.
Yeah, because I started powerlifting when I was 23, I think.
Yeah.
So by then, I don't want to say it was too late, but would have been much, much, much more complicated. With powerlifting, I immediately started training the sport. I immediately got stronger. And it's much easier to get into a sport like that. Anyway, time to bench.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going with 160 now, single, and then depending on how it moves, I might go for 180. I'll see how it feels. So if that moves very, very, very well, I'll go straight for 180. If that doesn't move very well, 175. And if I tank, which would be very, very surprising, but we never know, I'll go for 170. So I'll see. But yeah, right now I think I'm probably good for 180 today, which would be very, very good. Like 180 on the older Helico bench, it definitely would be a PR on the older Helico bench. Because for those of you that don't know, so the bench does matter, and the new Helico one is much softer and it's easier to set into the bench. This one is the old one and it's very, very, very stiff, and it's much harder to like position your shoulders and obviously have a strong bench. So if I can hit 180 on that, that's definitely a PR. It's actually so cool. So 180 it is. Let's see how this moves. So I'll go for 170 because the goal of today was to do a heavy single. So since I missed 180, I'll catch up with 170. And with the fatigue of the 180, I think I'll be good for today's single work. And then I just have some Backoff work with like a close grip volume bench. So my close grip is not as close grip as Clarence, but it's closer than my com grip and a bit more range of motion, a bit more tricep work. Very useful for bench, so we'll do that. But first, we have to do 170. I'm even more mad.
177.
Yeah, probably. I think, so when I set up with the 180, my foot just slid and I couldn't recover the positioning. And so when I was trying to like push with my legs, I didn't have a good...
It's either your butt's going to come up.
Yeah.
What would happen if you tried 180 again? It's just not going to happen.
That's exactly the question that I was asking myself. So I still want to hit a heavy deadlift, so I won't go for it. But if it would have been like a bench only session or like a very, very meaningful set, like a PR, I would definitely go for it. But I've hit 180 multiple times now, so not worth the fatigue, I think. So yeah, we'll see. You know, I'm a bit bummed because 170 moved exactly like it should move for me to go 180. But you know, it didn't happen today. At the end of the day, you can't be afraid to fail a lift in the gym because it just happens. As long as you cleared everything, like you feel good physically, you feel strong, you go for it. If it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. You didn't ruin your training block or your day or whatever, it's fine. Just brush it off, do the work you have to do, and come back stronger another time. Yeah, I feel my triceps burning. Oh. Ooh. We just had a good dinner. We're at Nando's. The chicken is fantastic, but the spicy rice is very spicy and I have a hard time finishing it. But by the time I finish the rice, I wanted to ask Clarence a couple of questions. So Clarence, I have some good questions and some weird questions. You know, we'd say you had a very lengthy lifting career where you accomplished a lot of things. When you had like very rough moments in training, what helped you go through those moments?
Like weightlifting, it's a bit more complicated than powerlifting because like you can go into a session and miss like 70% of your best snatch. I just kept that in mind because it's a very technical sport. But yeah, I'd have weeks where I would not perform well in like the snatch clean jerk. But if like the overall trend is upwards, then at least I know I'm progressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have a powerlifting question related.
Yeah,
so
sure, yeah.
You have squat, bench, deadlift. If you could remove one of those three, what lift would you remove?
Probably the deadlift, or maybe deadlift. I'd say.
Deadlift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to have like a test of upper body strength.
Okay.
Yeah, at least with the squat, it's a test of leg and back strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm talking weightlifting total, not powerlifting total, right? If you could increase your weightlifting total by 20 kilos, but you lose 20 points of like intellectual quotient, would you do it?
So 20 kilos.
20 kilos on your total, but you lose 20
IQ points.
IQ points.
Yeah. I mean, what was my best total? Like over 400? No, it wouldn't be worth it. No, definitely not. No. No.
Okay.
He's only got 20 left. So.
Let's say you can go back in time at the peak of your lifting career. Would you do anything differently in terms of competitions, in terms of like choices that you made for yourself as an athlete?
Well, when I was peaked in weightlifting, I kind of figured out how to train after like multiple mistakes. So I was trained correctly during my peak, so I wouldn't change anything. Yeah.
But I mean,
I guess like when I was building up to my peak, I did make loads of mistakes, like not focusing enough on like front squats. I focused like way too much on back squats. Not doing enough like upper body work, like strict press. Not doing enough push press, like a very important exercise for weightlifting. Yeah, that was like my weakness in weightlifting, like the jerk. So yeah, everything to help my jerk basically.
So I don't know why, but so I've been following you on YouTube for quite some time, and I also have been following for quite some time John Hack. And you give me the same vibe as him in terms of your level of strength. So my question is, imagine there's a world where instead of starting Olympic weightlifting, you had started powerlifting. Do you think, not that you could beat John Hack, but do you think you could be in the same league as a lifter as him?
Absolutely not. I think he's like the most talented lifter across all strength sports, honestly.
Really?
Like, he's super talented. The fact that he does like high bar squat, he goes deep, does a proper bench and conventional deadlift is crazy. He's like the best powerlifter. He's super talented. Would he beat me in weightlifting? Probably not.
Obviously not, yeah.
Yeah.
But
powerlifting is super talented.
It's crazy because when you ask me about talented powerlifter, I wouldn't name John Hack. I think John Hack is obviously today in the untested world, there is no debate. He's the best powerlifter of all time, I would say, in the untested world. And he used to be a world champion in the tested world. So just like the fact that he was at the peak of tested and untested probably makes him the best powerlifter today alive, I would say. But I wouldn't talk about him as a talented lifter. You know what I mean?
Why is that?
I don't know. He's not like his movements don't seem very smooth. You know, it's like everything seems hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seeing him squat. So you look at Russell Overy squat. It's like the dude was built to squat basically. And you look at John Hack squat. It's hard. He has a high bar, but not like an Olympic weightlifting style high bar, like a powerlifting style high bar, etc.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say John Hack is talented.
In terms of like brute strength, yes.
For sure. He's like as strong as a donkey, so okay.
Yeah. Maybe he could lift more if he like did low bar squat maybe.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't be able to do sumo deadlift.
Probably not.
But like his deadlift is really strong. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't agree with you. I think you would be in the same league as John Hack, as a powerlifter.
No. Like I do well like in powerlifting, but with weightlifting, I'm just like super talented in that sport specifically.
Yeah.
Like I've done other sports like growing up. I've done like parkour. I was pretty good at that. I did tricking. I was pretty good at that. I did track and field. Pretty good at that, but like nowhere near the best. But then when I like started weightlifting, then I realized I was like super talented at that sport.
Okay.
And I stuck with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One last question. Let's say some people behind the screens, whether they want to do Olympic weightlifting, whether they want to do powerlifting, street lifting, no matter what, parkour.
Street lifting.
Yeah, no matter what. What would you say is the most underrated thing that they might not be doing that could help them achieve their goal, no matter the sport?
Well, it depends on the sport, honestly. Like with weightlifting, I'd say frequency of training.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think 5 times per week minimum is like very, very good for weightlifting. You can't really get away with, getting to a high level weightlifting just by doing twice per week or 3 times a week, whereas you might get to a high level with powerlifting doing that. So it depends on the sport, really. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last one will be a bonus question. Will we ever see Clarence Kennedy compete in powerlifting?
I have no idea. Like I had plans to like transition to powerlifting after weightlifting, and everyone expected so much out of me, and then I tried powerlifting and wasn't really interested. Because like, I guess I was doing weightlifting for like 15 years, so moving on to like another, like a similar sport, like it's a barbell sport. Yeah, it wasn't really interesting to me, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, if you want to see Clarence Kennedy as a powerlifter, make sure you go spam his Instagram account, his YouTube account. Everything will be linked in the description. But yeah, on my own, I have a task to do. I have to finish this very spicy rice, but we will not leave any food on this table, so I'll just force myself. It's very spicy. It's like I'm doing a food challenge, but a very bad food challenge.
Good job. Who's this guy?